So in this tutorial we're going to look at multi-sub-object materials, which allow you to assign different materials to every face of the object. So one of the comments in previous video was about hair, and we're not going to do hair on this character because it's a low poly character and doing hair cards will double the poly count at least. So we're just going to look at recoloring his head to get some idea of where our textures might go when we come to fully realize the figure. So I'm going to turn off the active shade mode, and then we're going to have a look at this model, and I'm just going to isolate the selection to make things a bit easier. Let's go down here, and I'm going to add another edit poly modifier, and we're just going to use this to separate out different polygons. So I'm going to Control A, and that also, whoops, let's try that again. Go to polygon mode, then do Control A. So Control A in polygon mode, in the edit poly modifier, will select all the polygons on the object. And we want to set everything to material ID 1, not just reset everything and give us a clean starting point. And then we're going to change the material IDs of this hair. So let's just select maybe this stuff. Q to cycle through my selection boundary. So we have that stuff and that stuff, maybe this stuff. Do you want sideburns? Yeah, maybe I want sideburns. Symmetry's still on, so it's gonna go there. I think like this is too low, and I can't decide if I want to cut another edge. Let's just try and see what happens if it's. Yeah, let's make him a bald dude. Yeah, why not? Okay, he's gonna be a bald dude. Right, so there we go. He's some bald dude. I'm gonna bring that back. Okay, so we have those polygons. All these polygons, we're gonna now give them material ID 2. You won't see any change at the moment because we haven't set up the material, so I'll just turn that off. So we are going to drag a new material into our view, and it's called a multi-material sub-object. So you have this multi-sub-object material which you can find in materials, general, multi-sub-object. So let's just drag that in. So you remember that we assigned material ID 1 to all the faces on the object. So what the material sub-object does is we have a bunch of polygon IDs, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and we assign them different materials based on each ID. So if we just drag that and connect it to the figure here, you'll see that everything goes black because we've got no shaders assigned. So we can connect this one, that's our skin material, so that's our skin standard shader up there. We just wire that in by clicking on here and dragging and then dropping that to that connection here. So now I've got a skin into ID 1, and you can see that everything now has gone sort of down again, and this area of his head is all black, which is where the hair is going to go. So we need to make some sort of colour for our hair, and again I'm just going to shift drag that to clone it, and we're going to wire it straight in, and I think he's going to be like some bald grey dude. So let's just like some old rocker or something. So we wire that in straight away, then nothing happens because they've both got the same skin tone. Remembering, I'm checking that that's got a dotted line around it because that's the parameters for it. We call this hair. And I'm going to change this colour to something grey like that. Is that going to work? Maybe. Let's see what it looks like when we render it. So we'll turn off isolation mode. And we can press preview again. And there we go. So he's some bald white dude. I think what I might do is really dial this roughness up a bit, like to 0.6. Drop the reflections, and we'll make him really properly white, like that. Okay. I kind of want to give him some eyebrows. So let's just do that quickly. I've still got this edit poly selected. I'm going to turn off the active shade mode so we don't crash our performance completely. So let's just select that polygon. And we're going to shift drag to clone it, and you can see it floats off. Clone to element. Make sure to set ID to 2. And then we're going to scale it down like that. Now he's got some floating eyebrows. Scale it like that. We'll just drag it into place. And now he's got some expressions, so he can be like angry, angry dude, quizzical dude, neutral dude. Let's just make him a bit mad. We'll just drag that into place a bit better. I'm quite happy with it floating because it's low poly and that's kind of cool. We could give him a mustache as well. Like, we just have to drag it down here. Okay. Rotate it. I'm getting carried away. Do you like that? Maybe just go a bit of a gap. There we go. Okay, so old guy with a mustache and denims. Let's see what it looks like when it's rendered. Yeah, that's. I mean, I wouldn't say it's cool, but he's definitely some sort of dude, right? One thing to note is, can you see how the background is flashing? So I'm in orthographic mode, and I'm just seeing essentially a single pixel in the active shade mode. If I want to see the actual background color, I need to make sure that I'm in some sort of perspective mode or a camera view. So I press P, zoom out again. You'll see that I see some sort of background. So there you go. We grabbed a texture from HDR Haven. We've added it to our environment dialog just here. We've added a physical camera exposure control, and we've set the exposure value to 8. I haven't actually added a camera into the scene because we've been messing around in perspective view and in active shader mode. But if I want to render it properly, then I'd switch over to block shader and render it like that. So let's just do that as a final step. Go to create, choose a camera. I always end up choosing these standard target cameras for various academic reasons which are not important. I can press C on the keyboard, that reveals my camera view. Middle mouse drag to position it. Shift F will show me the safe frame. So we've got this kind of cinematic safe frame. I can adjust it in the render setup. At the moment it's quite big, 1920 by 1080, so let's choose the custom value, and then we'll go to 800 by 600. I can dial in what I like with this, but you can see the safe frame changing as well. So let's just 800 by 600. I think it's a bit more of a friendly format. 4:3 for a portrait is good. Use this to orbit the camera. There we go. Right click to cancel, and we'll render that. So I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to the Arnold renderer with the LowPoly Character. There's a few more tricks and tips to cover. Different color backgrounds, how to increase the render quality, how to cast shadows on the floor, and I'll be producing another video on that very soon, so watch this space.